Zhou Enlai, the legendary politician with a complex dual persona. Zhou Enlai, a political figure of profound influence in modern Chinese history, served as the first premier of the People's Republic of China and played a crucial role in maintaining national stability during the Cultural Revolution. However, his life was marked by complex roles and contradictory historical evaluations. Zhou Enlai's outstanding political wisdom and flexibility made him a key leader within the Communist Party of China (CPC). He excelled in navigating complex political situations, resolving conflicts, and maintaining party unity. In 1924, amid the backdrop of the First United Front between the CPC and the Kuomintang KMT, the Whampoa Military Academy was established. Zhou Enlai, as an important representative of the CPC, was appointed as the director of the Academy's political department. In this position, he demonstrated exceptional organizational skills and political acumen, contributing significantly to cultivating the cadre of the Revolutionary Army. At the Whampoa Military Academy, Zhou Enlai was responsible for political education and ideological work, emphasizing the spread of revolutionary ideas and political awareness among the cadets. Alongside other communists, he worked to instill patriotism and revolutionary beliefs in the cadets, making them loyal to the revolutionary cause. Zhou Enlai particularly emphasized the importance of political education, believing that the military needed both technical training and a firm political stance with revolutionary ideals. During his tenure at the Whampoa Military Academy, Zhou Enlai also actively promoted the implementation of the United Front. He worked extensively both within and outside the academy to strengthen the collaboration and communication between the CPC and the KMT. His efforts infused new vitality into the revolutionary cause at the time and laid a solid foundation for the cooperation between the two parties. Zhou Enlai focused on unity and coordination, maintaining harmony among various factions within the academy, thus providing strong support for the healthy development of the Whampoa Military Academy. Zhou Enlai's work at the academy extended beyond political education. It also included organizing and coordinating various revolutionary activities. He actively participated in and organized campaigns such as the Eastern Expedition and Southern Expedition, contributing significantly to combating warlord forces and consolidating revolutionary bases. His strategic vision and flexibility made him a key figure in the academy and its military operations. During the Eastern and Southern expeditions, Zhou Enlai demonstrated outstanding military command and organizational skills. He played a crucial role in several battles, contributing to the victories and growth of the Revolutionary Army. Many cadets from the academy, influenced by him, became the backbone of the Chinese Revolution in later years. The Whampoa Military Academy period was a significant phase in Zhou Enlai's revolutionary career. He played a crucial role in political education, the United Front, and the building of the Revolutionary Army. Through his efforts, Zhou Enlai not only trained many revolutionary cadres but also laid the foundation for the successful cooperation between the CPC and KMT during the First United Front. In 1927, the First United Front collapsed, and Chiang Kai-shek's anti-communist purge led to the suppression of many communists and revolutionaries. During this time, the CPC began exploring the path of independently leading armed struggles, entering the first phase of the Chinese Civil War. As a key leader of the party, Zhou Enlai actively engaged in the revolution, holding several critical positions and making significant contributions to the party's survival and development. The Nanchang Uprising. On August 1, 1927, Zhou Enlai served as the secretary of the Front Committee during the Nanchang Uprising, becoming one of the primary leaders of the revolt. Alongside He Long, Yiting, Juda, and others, he successfully initiated the uprising, firing the first shots of armed resistance against the KMT's reactionary forces. Though the uprising ultimately failed, it was a significant milestone in the party's history, marking the beginning of the CPC's independent armed struggle and the birth of the People's Army. The Guangzhou Uprising. In December of the same year, Zhou Enlai participated in leading the Guangzhou Uprising, another attempt by the CPC to launch armed resistance under the White Terror. He served as the chief commander of the uprising command, and although it was quickly suppressed by the KMT, it demonstrated the CPC's determination and courage to fight in critical moments. The establishment and consolidation of the Soviet area. During the first phase of the Chinese Civil War, Zhou Enlai actively participated in building and consolidating the Red Base areas. As a member of the Central Revolutionary Military Commission, he contributed to many significant military and political decisions, strengthening the Soviet areas and expanding the Red Army. He emphasized the integration of military and political efforts, the discipline of the army, and mass work, making the Soviet area a vital strategic support for the party and the Red Army. The anti-encirclement campaigns. Zhou Enlai also played a crucial role in opposing the KMT's military encirclement of the Red Army. Notably, during the second and third anti-encirclement campaigns in the Central Soviet area in 1931, Zhou Enlai, as the vice-chairman of the Central Revolutionary Military Commission, assisted Mao Zedong and others in commanding the Red Army to break through the enemy's sieges and successfully thwart the KMT's offensives. The Long March. In 1934, after the failure of the Fifth Anti-Encirclement Campaign, the Red Army embarked on a strategic retreat known as the Long March. Zhou Enlai, as vice-chairman of the Central Revolutionary Military Commission, accompanied Mao Zedong, Jude, and others, leading the Red Army through numerous hardships and obstacles, ultimately reaching northern Shaanxi, preserving the strength of the Chinese Revolution. Throughout this journey, Zhou Enlai demonstrated exceptional organizational and command skills, along with a resilient revolutionary spirit. The Xi'an Incident. In December 1936, the Xi'an Incident occurred, a significant event in modern Chinese history. Jiang Zuoliang and Yang Hekang detained Chiang Kai-shek to force him to stop the civil war and unite against Japan. Zhou Enlai, as the CPC's representative, was dispatched to Xi'an to participate in negotiations, becoming a key figure in this political crisis. During the Xi'an Incident, Zhou Enlai showcased exceptional political wisdom and negotiation skills. Upon arriving in Xi'an, he communicated deeply with Jiang Zuoliang and Yang Hekang, clearly expressing the CPC's stance of stopping the civil war and jointly resisting Japan. Through calm and rational negotiations, Zhou Enlai successfully persuaded them to agree to a peaceful resolution of the incident. He then conducted several meetings with Chiang Kai-shek, ultimately securing his agreement to cease the civil war and unite in the fight against Japan. The peaceful resolution of the Xi'an Incident not only avoided another intense conflict between the CPC and KMT but also laid the foundation for the establishment of the anti-Japanese National United Front. This event's peaceful resolution demonstrated Zhou Enlai's excellent diplomatic skills and political sensitivity, highlighting his decisiveness and sense of responsibility in critical moments. The War of Resistance against Japan. During the War of Resistance against Japan, Zhou Enlai served as the secretary of the CPC Central Committee's Southern Bureau and vice-chairman of the Central Military Commission. He maintained a complex and delicate relationship with Chiang Kai-shek and the nationalist government. During this period, Zhou Enlai not only bore the responsibility of negotiating with the nationalist government but also coordinated cooperation between the 8th Route Army, the new 4th Army, and the nationalist forces in resisting Japanese aggression. Zhou Enlai, stationed in Chongqing as the CPC's representative, participated in the negotiations between the CPC and the KMT. His diplomatic talents were instrumental in establishing and solidifying the anti-Japanese National United Front. He worked to secure the nationalist government's support for the 8th Route Army and the new 4th Army while firmly opposing anti-communist forces within the KMT, safeguarding the interests of the CPC. Moreover, Zhou Enlai was active in promoting the anti-Japanese cultural movement. He supported and helped progressive cultural figures, founded newspapers such as the Xinhua Daily, and propagated anti-Japanese ideas, inspiring nationwide enthusiasm for the war effort. He also organized and led various anti-Japanese activities, mobilizing the masses to participate in the resistance movement, significantly contributing to the victory of the war. The Yan'an period. During the Yan'an period, Zhou Enlai participated in leading the CPC's military and political construction efforts. He actively promoted the rectification movement within the party, enhancing party members' ideological awareness and organizational discipline. He also handled military and economic affairs, contributing significantly to the consolidation and development of the anti-Japanese base areas. During this time, Zhou Enlai also played a crucial role in formulating the party's strategies, policies, and decisions, providing important support for the party's strategic planning. The Chinese Civil War and post-liberation contributions. During the Chinese Civil War and the years following the establishment of the People's Republic of China, Zhou Enlai made significant contributions to the country's unification, development, and enhancement of its international standing. His actions during this period fully demonstrated his foresight as a national leader and his selfless dedication. Contributions during the Liberation War. From 1945 to 1949, during the Liberation War, Zhou Enlai served as a member of the CPC Central Committee's Political Bureau Standing Committee and vice-chairman of the Central Military Commission, becoming one of the party's and army's key leaders. During this period, he participated in many major strategic decisions, making significant contributions to the victory of the Liberation War. In the early stages of the war, Zhou Enlai was involved in commanding the Liaoshan, Huaihai, and Pingjin campaigns. Along with Mao Zedong and other leaders, he formulated strategic guidelines and operational plans for the People's Liberation Army PLA, directing the military to attack the KMT forces. During the Liaoshan campaign, Zhou Enlai, alongside other leaders, effectively mobilized and commanded the Northeast Field Army, successfully liberating the northeastern region. In the Huaihai campaign, he participated in formulating plans for besieging and annihilating the enemy, laying the foundation for the comprehensive defeat of the KMT army. The victory in the Pingjin campaign accelerated the nationwide liberation process. During the war, Zhou Enlai also handled various internal affairs of the party and the military, ensuring unity and cohesion within the CPC and the army. He cared deeply about the lives and combat conditions of the soldiers, promptly addressing practical problems encountered during the war, providing strong logistical support for the troops.